Hello friends and my dear students, I welcome you all to my channel. I hope you are all well and your studies are also going on well. This is part 11 video from the chapter of coordinate geometry where I will discuss about the angle bisectors of the four quadrants of the Cartesian coordinate system. This video is part of the playlist CBSE Maths for class 9 following the textbook of author R.D. Sharma where I primarily discuss about the key concepts and formula for problem solving. If you find this video beneficial, then please like it, share it with your friends, and please support me by subscribing to my channel, and do not forget to press the bell icon so that you will be notified by my future videos. Okay, so we have the Cartesian coordinates, y-axis and x-axis, and we know the four quadrants. This is the first quadrant. This is the first quadrant, which is denoted by a y, o, x dash, where o is the origin, y, o, y dash is the y-axis, x dash, o, x is the x-axis, and they are intersecting at right angles at the point O, which is known as the origin. Okay, and this is the second quadrant, which is denoted by y, o, x dash. This is the third quadrant, which is denoted by x dash, o, y dash, and this is the fourth quadrant, which is denoted by x, o, y dash. Now, what are the angle bisectors of this four quadrant? What is the angle bisector of the first quadrant? Now, the first quadrant angle is, the region is yo x dash. Remember, what is what are all these quadrants? All these quadrants are regions or collection of points. Now, for the first quadrant, we know it is the region or collection of points where both the abscissa and ordinate of all the points are greater than 0. Remember that no point, a point lying on the y-axis or x-axis, they are never part of any quadrant. Okay. Now, so the angle bisector of the first quadrant is nothing but it will be the bisector of the angle yo x. First quadrant is not yo x dash, but this is yo x. So it will be the yo x is at 90 degree. So if we bisect this angle yo x, which is 90 degree, this is the angle bisector of the first quadrant. Remember, this is not a straight line; it is a ray, where one end is the, you can, so let's say this bisector is O, OA. So you can extend the end point A to infinity, but the point origin O is fixed. So obviously, this is 45 degree, and this is also 45 degree. Now, the ray OA, what will be the equation? If we consider this, the line OA, it is not a line actually, it is a ray OA. What will be the equation of this line? The equation of this line or the angle bisector of the first quadrant is y equals to x, but x will be greater than 0. That is, we will consider all the points. We will consider all the points on this line where the abscissa of the coordinates are greater than 0. And yes, okay, so this is the equation of the bisector of the first quadrant. Remember, this is not a line, I mean it is a ray OA. So there are no points on this line where abscissa is less than 0. All the abscissa of all the points are greater than 0. So which means that the points will lie on the first quadrant and will follow the equation of y equals to x. Okay, what will be the angle bisector? So this is the angle bisector of the first quadrant. Equation of the angle bisector of the first quadrant. What is the angle bisector of the second quadrant? Similarly, it will be like this. Let's say this be the ray OB, where obviously this is 45 degree and also this is 45 degree. So now So the ray angle bisector of the all the quadrants will pass through the origin O. So what will be the equation of this ray OB? It will be, so the second quadrant, equation of the angle bisector of the second quadrant, which is, so this is, let's say, OA. The angle bisector of the first quadrant is the ray OA, and the angle bisector of the second quadrant is the ray OB. What will be the equation of the ray OB? It will be y equals to minus x, where x is less than 0. That is, we will consider all the coordinates, all the points that will satisfy the equation y equals to minus x, but the abscissa of all the points will be less than 0. Okay. What will be the angle bisector of the third quadrant? Basically, it will be the angle bisector of the third quadrant and the angle bisector of the first quadrant. They will coincide, but it will be something like this. So let's say OC, the ray OC is the angle bisector of the third quadrant. Obviously, this is 45 degree. What will be the equation of the ray OC, third quadrant? Its equation will be the same as first quadrant. As you can see, the ray OC and OA they are basically lie on the same line. So it will be y equals to x, but I will consider for the ray OC all the points lying on the ray OC, the abscissa of all the points lying on the ray OC will be less than 0. So x less than 0. So if you what is this? So what this is the equation of a line y equals to x, where the values of x are always less than 0. Okay, so this is the ray angle bisector of the second quadrant is the ray OC, whose equation is y equals to x, but where x is less than 0. Okay, and finally the fourth quadrant, it will be a ray that will coincide with the, not coincide, that will be along the ray OB. So let's say this is the ray OD, which is the angle bisector of the fourth quadrant. So the equation of the ray OD will be the same as the equation of the ray OB, but this time x will be positive. All the abscissa value of all the points lying on the ray OD will be greater than 0. So y equals to minus x, but x greater than 0. So this is the angle bisector. Ray OD is the angle bisector of the fourth quadrant, and its equation is y equals to minus x, but where all the values of x must be greater than 0. Okay. So that is all. There is nothing much in the bisectors of the quadrants. It is just you need to maybe it will be helpful to know what will be the equation of the angle bisectors of the four quadrants. So the angle bisector of the first quadrant is the ray OA, because the angle is YOX. The region describing the region of the first quadrant is YOX, and the angle is YOX, so which is 90 degree. So its angle bisectors is OA, which will bisect the angle YOX into 45 degree, and and no points. So all the points lying on the angle bisector of the first quadrant, their abscissa value has to be greater than 0. The abscissa will be greater than 0, and of course all the points lying on the first angle bisector of the first quadrant must obey the condition of the abscissa, must obey the signs of the abscissa and coordinates of all points in the first quadrant. As we know that in the first quadrant, both abscissa and ordinate of all points in the first quadrant are greater than 0. So obviously for the angle bisector of the first quadrant also, that the angle bisector, the line, all points lying on the angle bisector, for those points, the abscissa and ordinate must also be greater than 0. So the equation of the angle bisector of the first quadrant is y equals to x, but x and x is greater than 0. That is, we will consider only the positive value of x, or any point, all points lying on the angle bisector. This equation means that all points lying on this line y equals to x will have abscissa greater than 0. Similarly, the angle bisector of the second quadrant is the ray OB, whose equation is y equals to minus x, but the values of x will be less than 0. And the angle bisector of the third quadrant is the ray OC, whose equation is y equals to x, but the values of x will be less than 0. And finally, the angle bisector of the fourth quadrant is the ray OD, whose equation is y equals to minus x, where all the values of x will be greater than 0. So that is all. I hope this video will be beneficial for you to understand the concept of quadrants, their equation, and which are the points that may lie on a bisector of a particular quadrant. So if this video was beneficial, then please like it, share it with your friends, and please support me by subscribing to my channel, and do not forget to press the bell icon so that you will be notified by my future videos. If you have any questions, any doubts based on these angle bisectors, then please feel free to let me know in the comment section. I will do my best within my ability and capacity to help you out and clarify all your doubts. So thanks for watching. I'm ending the video here. I'll see you in the next video.